So, I'll show them right away, and then I'll go over like all the stories and junk. Two series, both starting with letter M, and both both kind of the same. The same. It's Middlewest and Monstress. I can't think of the word. It's both fantasy books, but both the same genre. Both in the same genre of fantasy is Middlewest and Monstress. Now, so the books, all 7 volumes of Monstress, they're out right now, and then all 3 volumes of Middlewest, which is a complete series. So there's not anything else coming out from that. That's what you saw. Also, I did change my name from Multimedia Man to This Just In Comics. You probably saw that. I made a post. I can do posts now, which is incredible. And then I made a post on it. Probably should pin that post. And then I did an Instagram announcement on Instagram. That's where like 90%, I would say roughly 90% of my subscribers are. So, the word out. But that's, I'm gonna go over the stories and what they collect, so the books collect. Now, the first one is the shipping. Middlewest Book 2 came in a day late, and it was already I ordered it on Saturday. I already had to wait all the way till Wednesday. So that was 4 days. I had to wait 5 days. That was incredibly stupid. It was UPS, though, so I got it early, which was nice. It was like 10:40 today, so it was nice, but still aggravating. And so yesterday, it had said, I didn't know it was going to be delayed. It said yesterday, arriving today by 9 p.m., and I had the replacement for Volume 3 coming in, too. Volume 3 had water damage. How do you manage water damage on a new, like, a new condition book? Like, not used condition at all. Used condition, I understand, but, like, new condition? How do you manage water damage? And how do you, like, it was into the package. It wasn't the package itself was wet. No, it was a book inside. That was it. It was a book. And it was like it had, like, gotten wet, like, maybe before they shipped it. So maybe it was, like, wet for, like, 2 years or whatever. I don't know. But, yeah, it was annoying. So I got that one. I was like, nope, getting a replacement. And it wasn't, like, a little, like, at the corner it was water damage. No, it was, like, I'll show, I'll just do here. It was, like, from here, like, there downward. All that was water damage for, book 3 of Middlewest. Now, Middlewest and Monstress, both of those series I can get at my local library, but Middlewest Book 3 I cannot. They never had Middlewest Book 3. They do have all 7 volumes of Monstress at my local library, so why'd I get that? Why'd I get Monstress? Why I waste? Oh, it was 92, but I got putting gift cards, so it was like 32. Why'd I waste that much money and Middlewest is free? Why'd I waste that much money on Monstress? Well, number one, I had gift cards for it, so I was like, screw it. And 2, it's an ongoing. And it's not like Stillwater, where it's gonna end after Volume 3. Volume 3 is the last volume. Stillwater, my library is gonna have it when it comes out in January, so I'm just gonna wait till then to read that series. So there's that. Oh, in Monstress, I don't think it's gonna end anytime soon. It's showing, from what I've heard, it's showing no signs of stopping at all. It's probably gonna go to at least something like Saga, where it's gonna go to at least 60 issues. Hopefully not go on hiatus. It has been on hiatus for about 6 months. Well, it will be for 6 months. The next issue comes out January 25th of next year, which is a little aggravating, but that's when Marjorie Leo wants to put out the newest issue. It's, a whole bunch of, yeah. It's kind of weird. The last issue came out in June. The longest time I thought it was over. Like 7 volumes it was over, but clearly not. So that was my reasoning behind it. And Monstress is also that series that's very involved. I want to take my time. Like, probably be one of the only, well, probably most of the books I got recently, but most of the books I own. I'm going to take a lot, more time with this one. With the library books, I'm always like, oh, I got to finish this by this date, so I'm going to rush to finish. I gotta rush to finish this book, and I gotta rush to finish that book. Not that I rush to finish, because I have I have 2 weeks. But I read one of each book per day, or at least try to read one of each book per day. So if I have 20, that's 20 books to read that day. Usually is 20. But, with the books I own, I'm gonna own them forever, So, no real reason in, rushing past Monstress. And they do have that stuff at the end, like it's the lore. They have that Professor Tam thing, which I did hate, but I don't think I'll hate it as much now because I'll be taking my time with it anyways. And I'll be trying to finish it by a certain time. But Professor Tam at the end of almost every issue, after issue 1, I want to say, it was every issue, they had this, like, Professor Tam and they explained things that were going on in this world, but it'd be like a lecture, basically, like, exactly like that. It'd be a whole wall of text. I'll show you what I mean, because it was still artwork, but it was like a whole wall of water balloons, of war balloons, like, going like that, like, you know. I'll show you what I mean. But both series that I mean, Monstress is also that series I just wanted to own for a long time. I can't tell you why. I did get the soft covers, not the hard covers, because Volume 2 with the hard covers is not coming out until December, and I would have to get half of them. One of them, like Volume 7, would be in soft cover. And I'm not one of those people that, like, when I get a hardcover, I've kind of noticed this, like, I didn't notice until recently, because I wanted to I didn't take it into effect. But the books that I have in hardcover from Image Comics, that's the series. Like, Low, I have all Low in hardcover. Death of Glory, all Death of Glory in hardcover, and then, you know, other miscellaneous hardcovers. I don't have, like, volumes 1 and 2 of Low, or I think it's volumes 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3? Yeah, 1, 2, and 3. I don't have in soft cover, and then volume 2, and then the rest of the series I have in hardcover. No. I might break that rule. I don't know. There's so many books I want for Christmas. I keep flip-flopping. Like, no, I want these. I want those. I want these. Actually, I got these. But now I'm gonna have it pretty much under control. Might have to wait till January for the last book to come in, because one of them took me out till January 3rd. Might be fine with waiting. It's only a week after Christmas, honestly. But let's get into the here and now. Now, this one is $9.99, and it's a pretty thick book. I think it's the thickest of all the books, since $9.99. Make sure it actually says it there, because sometimes they change there. Yeah, so it still says $9.99. This one collects 1 through 6 of Monstress. Oh, sorry, Volume 1, Awakening, collecting Monstress 1 through 6. I do like to, amplify that. Not amplify, but, like, you know, not exaggerate. I do like to say that, like, I like to be precise, like that. That was the artwork. So, artwork is amazing in this book. Here, I'll show it. So I'll do, yeah, so it's the Professor Tam thing, too. And also, once I find it, because it's gonna take a while. Pretty much the whole reason for why this book is as thick as it is because this is all one issue. The first issue was 72 pages long, which each and every time I read it, I was like, yeah, it makes sense why it was 72 pages, but I could have made it 7 issues, and, you know, not that I'm complaining. I do kind of. So yeah, this is what I'm talking about, Professor Tam. See all that text, all those war balloons, all that text? Yeah, that's all one page. That's all just explaining, like it's a lecture. And it's finally, I get it. It's world building, but I feel like you can do a different way of doing it. There's a different way you could do that. But I mean, it wasn't art. It wasn't like annoying. It was only annoying when I was trying to finish the book by a certain point. Like again, when I had it for a library book, Even the first 2 they have a local library. But yes, Monstress Volume 2 collects 7 through 12, I believe. Actually, I know it collects 7 through 12. Now, Monstress is also that series that has gotten, like, 72,000 awards. If you look up Monstress Volume 1, like, say, on Amazon, you have to, when you hit see more, it's still showing you all of the awards it's won. Like, you go, you know, it's all the way down to see more. Like, all that, like, before it says see more is all the awards it's won. It's won, like, I want to say 72, honestly. As many pages the first issue was. It's won Eisner's, it's won Hugo Awards, it's won Goodreads Awards. It's a critically acclaimed series, and something that big, again, I do want both, you know, the story and, you know, the lore and, like, the critical reception. Something that big I do want to own myself. Like, Saga, I had no problem owning Saga. But I was, honestly, it's because I didn't know it was, at my local library when I bought the compendium. I got that digitally, by the way, the compendium. I don't know why I said, by the way. Volume 3, Haven. Did I do Volume 2? Did I say Volume 2? Volume 2, The Blood, collecting 7 through 12 of Monstress. Monstress Volume 3, Haven, collecting 13 to 18 of Monstress. Monstress Volume 4, The Chosen, collecting 19 to 24? Of course, it doesn't say right here. I have to go inside the book. Oh, wait, right here. Yes, 1924 of Monstress. That's Volume 4, The Chosen. I know, I had to... I just like being complete about it. Volume 5, War Child. Got a little bent out of shape. Like it was bent through a war. Ha ha ha. See? Those blemishes that I hate. Because I always think it's gonna fall apart for some stupid reason. Because that Spider-Girl one did that was in worse condition than this will ever be. I don't ever let it be. It's like 25 to 30. Monstress. Monstress Volume 6, The Vow, has probably the weirdest blemish I have ever seen on a book. And I honestly didn't think of getting a return. See that right there? How did that happen? I want to know how that happened. I'm not mad, because I keep it. It doesn't matter. It's not a blemish that, again, it's going to affect the book. And this one collects 31 to 35, as well as Monstrous Talk Stories 1 through 2. It's kind of like their, a flashback issues or talk stories. And finally, Volume 7, Devourer, collecting Monstrous issues 36 to 41. So 43 issues in 7 volumes. I think it's the same amount. Yeah, it is the same amount as Thief of Thieves. Oh, what do you know? And next up is Middlewest. Now, Middlewest is that series and one of those series that I read 2 out of the 3 volumes, and they didn't have the 3rd volume at the local library. I don't know why. And then Gmail's like the Angel Loans library, and they never had any of it in my local library. They did have the first 2 Monstresses in that local library, the one I can just go 10 minutes away. But G-Milk's, Interloans, and none of them had it. It was very aggravating. Wow, only 12 minutes. Nice. Yeah, it's very aggravating. It makes no sense to me either. Why you wouldn't have, Volume 3. It's also a series that I think a lot of people would enjoy, and they'd want to get Volume 3 of. But I hope they never, not even, have the coming out with a complete collection, softcover. I hope they never even have that, because this was annoying. This was the only reason for why I'm doing this on Thursday instead of Tuesday. And I could have canceled my order for Volume 2 and gotten that on, because it was 1 day shipping 2 days later, not 5 day. Well, it's 4 day, but now it's 5 day. Yeah, so it's a little aggravating. But it could have been 1 day shipping. I think it was Monday I saw. Yeah, it was Monday I saw, because it shipped on Monday. I was like, you know what, I'll keep it, because I'm getting it Wednesday. And that was about the time I got the replacement. I was gonna get the replacement for Volume 3 anyways, so I was like, what the hell ever. Why not? But yeah, for that Volume 5, the blemishes that I hate, honestly, that's shelfware. I feel like if I went through each and every one of my books that I own, each and every one, I would see far worse blemishes of books that I've read, no problem. It's just, for me, if I'm getting a new book in new condition, I'm paying sometimes full price, but most of Monstress I didn't pay full price for, which is nice. If I'm paying almost full price or full price, in new condition, Amazon, I had to get it in pretty good condition. Which I did. None of them were terrible, except that Volume 6 is the only one, for whatever reason, I'm letting myself get all worked up over. I don't know why. It's not like it's that bad of a blemish either. Anyways, Anyways, Middlewest. So, Middlewest, Volume 1. And Middlewest is also that series, like with Monstress, I do kind of want to own myself. Not that it's going to take me a lot long to read anyways. But I started today, because I finished it in, 18 days. If I was doing 1 per, and I wouldn't have any problem with that. There's no, Professor Tam at the end. But this is also a series that is very, very interesting. Now, Monstress, they say, is a lot like Princess Mononoke, which I'm really watching now. I'll go after the, I'll go over what the books are about after I do this. How about that? Let's do that. Middlewest 1 through 6 for Volume 1. It's just Middlewest Book 1. There's no, Middlewest Book 1, Storm of the Father, or whatever it's called. Whatever you would call it. No, it'd be Storm of the Fury, or something like that. Fury of the Storm, probably? I don't know. Middlewest Book 2, collecting 7 through 12 of Middlewest. And Middlewest Book 3, collecting 13 to 18 of Middlewest. But yeah, it was so weird. I kind of wish I kept it. It was just a whole, And it goes about to like, I remember if I remember correctly, it was like that downward. It's all water damage. And it was like, it was just wavy. You could still turn the pages, but I was like, yeah, I am not, especially because I have to wait till Wednesday anyways for the last book to come in. Because I thought, I have to wait till Wednesday. Might as well get a replacement. Yeah, it was so weird. And Monstress, one of the Monstresses, they said, oh, well, it's coming in on Tuesday, and it came in on Monday. So I had all of Monstress by Monday. And none of them were one-day shipping. Because I ordered them a little bit late. Yeah, I did, because it could have been one-day shipping. But now they're, like, one-day shipping, like, to the end of time. Like, to the end of the day. Like, you can order it, like, I think at 7 o'clock for some of them and get it next day. Not a guarantee, but it will say, yeah, tomorrow, and if you're lucky. So, Monstress is about this, it's like it's a war between Arcanix and the Kumeya, and, Micah Half-Wolf is like a half, I think she's actually a half-wolf, but she's like it's the Kumeya, I think, and I believe are normal people, and then they say, the Kumeya, the Arcanix. The Arcanix are half animal, half human. And it's like a war between those people, and Micah gets caught in between the war, and she, I don't know if you guys can see it here, yeah, she has no arm. Like, no, she has an arm there. Okay, so you see this arm is, like, darker than this one. She has, like a curse where she, like, turns into this, like, disgusting being. Like, it's, like, and she's, like, it's kind of like, I guess you could say it's a lot like Venom. And it's a very interesting story. And to follow her, and show the other character is this fox that reminds me of Tails. And from Sonic, for whatever reason. And then this cat with two tails. For the longest time, reading Monstress, I thought it wasn't I didn't think it was two tails. I just thought it was animated that, like, the tail was going like this, and then when you animate that is by showing, like, two tails, you do, like a little, like, spinny thing. You know, that's what I thought for the longest time. That's a Monstress, and again, like, widespread critical acclaim, like saga levels, honestly. And then Middlewest, I honestly wonder if Tiffany from Comic Pop has read that. I was going through their, they have, like, their, insanely, huge collection of books that they put up on, like, they have, like, a website we can do that, so you know, like, they have on this book, so I'll give this to them, so, you know that you're gifting a book to them that they don't own already, and they had, like, only one volume of Monstress. And I said it's updated daily, so it's kind of weird, because that's like right up her alley. Tiffany from Comic Pop, I think, is the main reason. Well, no, I just saw Saga, but like she loves Saga. She probably should actually write the adaptation or be involved in the adaptation for Saga, because she would bring a lot to the table. Anyways, Middlewest is like this father and son. And the father, he isn't like the best father, it's after the mother's death that he turns, kind of mean, and but not like too terribly mean. I would argue that he's not abusive. He's just angry. Like it's not like, I don't think he even beats him. Like, it's like he still loves his. You can still tell he loves his son, but he's very, 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 very strict towards him. And he, like, it goes a little bit too far one day, again, a little bit too far one day, and the kid runs away, and when the father finds out, he turns into this storm, like, his anger turns into, like, a storm. It's very, very insane, and very, very good. And, again, I can finally finish the series. Now, I finally decided to get this for many reasons. All 3 volumes were $35. I got them for free. So I got a $35 gift card. So I decided to screw it. I decided, screw it. I'm gonna get that book. So what was I saying? The $35 gift card. Oh, and I've been getting so many of these series that they have 1 out of 2 volumes at local library. I've been doing that. I've been saying screw it. I'm gonna get all 2 volumes of a series that's ended. To be fair, The Weatherman is apparently coming back. I don't know when. Shirtless Bear Fighter came in already, or Shirtless Bear Fighter 2 is out already. We're trying to get that tomorrow. So next comic haul will probably be tomorrow. I don't know. I can't guarantee. Well, I can guarantee because That's what my grandmother said, but I'm gonna try and go today. No, I'm gonna try and go today. I would like to try and go today, but that's not gonna happen. But that is it. 2 books, 2 series I know it's gonna be good, so there we go. That I've started. And like the library has most of it, so I would say I wasted, 92 in all, because, again, I put in gift cards, and still was 92. I put in some gift cards to knock it down to 32, so I had to spend 1 week's allowance on it, and I get a little bit yuck. And then Middlewest is free, but, so it's like $125 that I could have spent elsewhere. Yeah. I could have gone an omnibus, Marvel omnibus. Oh no. But I'm really, like, if you probably have noticed, some of you have noticed, that I've been reading a lot of Image comics recently. I do have a video, and I'm probably not gonna, I'll link it down there, down in the description. Because if I remember to put in end cards, I'm probably gonna end up putting, my complete October haul. And in that video, I'll do a complete September haul. Actually, I know what I should do. I should do, like, every, like, monthly haul in the end card, put the previous month's haul in there. Because some videos I haven't gotten many comments on. Gotten views and likes, which is nice, but, comments, say, hey, that's a series that I've heard about. I'll check that out now. Even that one, like, is nice to hear. But I feel like Monstress, a lot of people have read it, and they're like, oh yeah, book, guys, you're gonna love it. Even I know you loved it. I think I read the first 3 volumes, like a long time ago. And that was back when, if a book was any slower than the books I was reading, like Saga, if it was any slower than that, I dropped it, like a sack of potatoes. But then, once I was like, okay, not every book is gonna be insanely good, it was gonna be insanely, like, fast-paced, And then I picked it back up, and I was like, yeah, Monstress is really good now. I had a complete turnaround. I always liked the first volume. I don't know why, but always the first volume got me hooked. But that, as I say, is that. I've gone on for 22 minutes for 7 books, but I've been doing a lot of prattling. I gotta get back on my book, reading my book. That's it.